What's up, everybody? J Jam coming at y'all again. Let me speak. Just out here making something on the grill right quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see that? Just making a little something on the grill right quick. Couple of steaks. You know. What's up, everybody? I'm dropping this other video. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep things situated. And I was thinking about something as I was reading my inboxes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? People told me, man, you got to do your videos like this. You got to do your videos like this. And these other individuals who doing their videos, you know what I'm saying, from they've been in the joint and is now free. But I can't do my videos like them. My videos is from a different perspective. My videos is from the perspective of a child growing up as a man in prison. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give y'all a good example of that. The whole time I was incarcerated, for the 19 plus years, almost 20, I only seen my mother one time through visiting. And let me tell y'all how that went. We used to do this Scared Straight program, you know what I'm saying? Once again, if y'all watch my previous videos, you know that I had a teacher. His name was Big Slim. Big Slim was a big bad man, you know what I'm saying? And had a great influence whenever he opened his mouth. His vocabulary was outstanding. He was outstanding as a man. He just had that one problem with the heroin. So we started doing these Scared Straight programs, you know what I'm saying, inside the prison. And he brought me in because I was a kid still, you know what I'm saying. We did them for Fox 5 News out here in Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying. I've been trying to get copies of them now because I've been in contact with a couple of the guys that was on the videos with me. So, and they all for doing a couple of interviews, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have interviews with them coming up. But anyway, we're doing the Scared Straight program, and a lot of guys that I was in school with, they coming up there, you know what I'm saying, for this Scared Straight program. And being involved in the Scared Straight program, we had the officers that's coming, and helping and assisting us with this, you know what I'm saying? And we're making a good impact on the thing, on the society and the kids and the youth, because that's what I'm about. And I seen all these dudes that I had went to school with, and it was incredible, you know what I'm saying, to see them again. And they were always like, man, what's going on with you in the prison? They was more interested in asking me what's going on with me, being inside the prison, you know what I'm saying? Same age as them. They like, man, did you get raped? Man, did this happen to you? Did this happen to you? And I was like, no, bro, that ain't happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Not that it don't happen inside the prison, because it do, but that ain't happened to me. So we doing the program, and at first it was a situation where just like the normal Scared Straight programs, you see people was on there cussing and all in the kids' face, and you know what I'm saying. And I was kicking back, and I watched the situation at hand, and I'd be like, I don't really want to do that, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I know these individuals, you know what I'm saying? So I know what their mindset is. So I know this is not going to work, and it's not going to have the impact that it needs to have on them in order for them to change their life and turn away from the drug dealing, the gang banging, because you don't know what's going on inside their household. And a lot of times when you have an individual with a single parent household that's not prospering and not functioning within the rules and guidelines of society, you're going to get rebellious teens. But there's a reason they're rebelling, you know what I'm saying? Because they have some dysfunctional stuff going on in their house. They have dysfunctional stuff going on within the school system. They have dysfunctional stuff going on when they walk into a store, you know what I'm saying? They automatically plug this, and that. This ain't something that just started like people be on the internet talking about. This is something that been going on, especially with the young black youth. So I'm talking to my friends in there, you know what I'm saying? I remember one in particular, you know what I'm saying? His name, I'm gonna call him, he say his name was Amp. He had came up there to the Scared Straight program, and Amp was always in shit and in trouble. But one thing I always told him, once he was up in that program, I told him, man, I don't subscribe to that, what they doing in Cousin, brother. One thing, if there's anything I can get you to take from this and seeing me in here, going to die in here, and never getting out as a juvenile, is, bro, just don't do it. No matter what somebody says, no matter what somebody does, don't do it, bro. Don't cross that line. There's a fine line in society uh, that takes you from living in society and abiding by the rules and breaking the rules and becoming incarcerated in something that's already here waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? In the school I went to, Rancho, you know, it was always said that no matter what, you guys is going to graduate from here and you going to prison any motherfucker. Right? But anyway, moving right along. So I had an impact on a couple of guys in there, you know what I'm saying, that I grew up with, as far as them coming to the Scared Straight program. But it was this one officer in particular. He was a Metro officer. That's why you won't hear me speak damaging towards officers and the job that they have to do, although there is some bad and corrupt police, and I'll get on some other stories about that later on down the line, but there are some good ones. There's a big Hawaiian, Samoan officer said, because they gave us a party for being so good with the Scared Straight program. So the warden allowed all the people that supported the group and the officers and the people that's in the program to give us a good party, coming together party. So he said, you can invite your family, you know what I'm saying, because they was going to give us awards and certificates for these things. And they did. I mean, we were sitting there, and then the officer that I had been talking to and communicating with in the program had said, he asked Big Slim, hey man, why he ain't got none of his people up here with him? You know what I'm saying? He's the youngest one in y'all group, you know what I'm saying? And why his people ain't come to the party to see him get an award, to see that he's changing his life? He's like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? His people might couldn't get up here. So that officer, big Samoan dude, stepped to me and was like, hey man, what's your mom name? Boom, I told him my mom name, and then he was like, oh, what's your father name? I was like, hey, my daddy's into the criminal lifestyle. He really ain't gonna come up here, you know what I'm saying? I said, but it's cool, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? If I don't see him, I don't see him. I got to deal with what I got to deal with right now, being incarcerated and figuring out, you know what I'm saying, if I'm gonna ever see the street again. And he said, but you do deserve to see your mom at least. So he left it at that, and you know, time goes by, weeks go by, and I'm like, sitting there one day, and all of a sudden, and Big Slim has some things to do with this too. He assisted him in tracking down my mom, her place, and all that stuff. And he's made sure that day that I was wondering why he kept coming by my cell. I'd be sitting there cooking me some noodles, and hey, son, what you doing? You know, he was big and boisterous. What you doing in there? I was like, nothing, man. I just came back from working out to the weight pile. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, just checking on you. I'll be back about another 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Unbeknownst to me, he had been in contact with this officer, and the officer had been in contact with the prison and the warden. He had got it approved for him to go bring my mother up here to see me. You know what I'm saying? And so Slim trying to keep tabs on me so that when I get called for this visit, you know what I'm saying, I'll be around, and he'd be able to, you know that I'm in the vicinity. I'm not running around the yard or running around the tier or getting caught up in some other stuff. So I do that, and I'm sitting on the bunk, and then all of a sudden the officer comes to my door. No, they start clicking my door. They click your door, and if anybody know anything about visits, you know what I'm saying, they come tell you got a visit, and you got so much time to get down there and all that. They click my door. I go to the bubble, you know what I'm saying, walk up to the bubble and say, hey, you got a visit. I'm like, man, what you mean I got a visit? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no visit. I ain't got nobody approved. I ain't sent no visiting papers out. I mean, I never had no visit yet. So I go, and he said, go put your visiting clothes on. Slim come down there. You know, he got me a little fake cologne, you know what I'm saying? We got in there, you know what I'm saying? I go give him sharped up stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we keep our pressed up stuff in prison clothes. They prison clothes, the jeans, blue shirt, you know what I'm saying, shoes. And I go out to the visiting room, and when I walk through the door, who's sitting there with this officer is my mother. First time seeing her since I've been incarcerated. And I'm like, wow, how'd you get up here? And the police officer said, I went and got her. And he said, I went to her door, knocked on her door, and she came to the door, and I said, look, man, you got a son that's been incarcerated as a child. I mean, he's growing up as a man inside the prison, and he's doing good things for himself up in that prison. She was like, yeah, which my mama couldn't really deal with, you know, me going to prison and all that stuff, and going forever, you know, and all that stuff. And he said, when I told her to come up here, she denied it. She didn't want to come. I can't go up there, and I got this to do. She made all these different excuses in the world, you know what I'm saying, and not come getting it. And I told her, look at this. This is a police car. Now, you can either come with me. This is what he told her. You can come with me willingly, or I'll arrest you, and I'll take you up there. Because he already got all this stuff hooked up and ready, you know what I'm saying, to go up to the prison. And she thought about it. She looked at the police car. She looked at him. He was in full uniform, Metro police officer. And I thanked this police officer for that. And she got in the car. She left. They came up there, and there she was to visit me. And I'm going to spare y'all the logistics of the conversation. And, of course, I was happy, you know what I'm saying? And And of course, you know what I'm saying, I was hurt but happy, you know what I'm saying, to see my mother. I was hurt because she didn't come up here on her own. And I was happy to see my mother though. And of course she cried, I cried. That's what you do, you know what I'm saying, especially as blossoming and maturing and reaching puberty inside a prison, you know what I'm saying. My emotions was going everywhere, you know what I'm saying. And we talked about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying. But I knew, you know what I'm saying, at the end of that conversation, and I hugged my mama. The one thing I always wanted to do, I wanted to get out. I made up my mind. I wanted to get out before my mama died. I don't want mama to die while I'm incarcerated. And number two, I knew, I knew I would never see my mother again as long as I was behind these walls. She would never take that journey on her own. Um, so what I want to explain to y'all is the difference between me and them other dudes is they didn't go as a child. They wasn't fighting for their life as a child inside the prison. So they content that they putting out, that's for them. That's for them. I'm just giving y'all the real and I'm giving y'all the truth from the perspective of a child to man. That's the article they wrote on me in the newspaper. It's called From Child to Man. I'm going to try to bring all this stuff up so y'all can see it, you know what I'm saying? Um, and y'all can see it and look at it and understand what's going on. So and then y'all can know what I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying? As far as push forth the agenda for the youth and do everything that need to be done. Um, Got to start dropping more videos, most definitely. But I just want to let y'all know from that perspective that what I'm doing is I have an agenda and I have an end game. Most people don't have an agenda, they don't have an end game or none of that stuff, but I do. I have programs that I want to start, you know what I'm saying, for dudes who getting out. I got a partner who just got out after 40 years and he need help, you know what I'm saying, and I got kids that still need help right now. So hopefully now, you know what I'm saying, and I got these other lines, I'm going to start going live probably on TikTok and letting brothers that's incarcerated come and express themselves, you know what I'm saying, and express what's going on inside the prison because I grew up in the prison. It was always all about prison with me, and then I would always say it's about prison, it's about prison, it's about prison. Because that's what I knew, that's what I grew up as. And I'm not trying to tell people and step outside of my bounds and tell people what to do in their life. I'm not trying to give you no relationship advice. I'm not trying to give you no different kind of advice that has nothing to do with me. I could tell you about prison, definitely. I could tell you about the law, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you about trash and garbage and all those things like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you come on my live and you come on my page, remember that about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay within my bounds. You know what I'm saying? Because experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. You see some people on here, and I watch people on TikTok and other platforms, and all these people now got all this great advice about relationships. But what is your experience in that? About cars, where's your experience in that? Stick to the people that know what they're doing and what they're experiencing and what they have experienced, because a person that has the experience plus the book knowledge, that is a dangerous person. To have that book knowledge without the experience doesn't mean nothing. It's kind of like a conversation that I had with a social worker in there, you know what I'm saying? Miss W. She was so cool. I'm going to call her Miss W. She was from my neighborhood. And she was the only one that took the time when I went in there and it was my time to see the caseworker. She took the time to stop and be like, hey, I see over your paperwork, you're not never going home. So we're going to deviate from our normal conversation that a caseworker supposed to have in here with you. We're going to go on to other things about what you're doing. And she didn't laugh at me, and she didn't give that look when I said, I'm going to fight my way up out of here. She didn't look down and say, okay, you know what I'm saying? And boom, boom, boom. This is the one, she was a tall, 5'9" black woman, beautiful, fine as wine. And she came in there basically later on down the line about it. She was susceptible to finding her a good man inside the prison, you know what I'm saying? Because she did. She was fine, and she would always call me in there from that point on that I met her, you know what I'm saying? And she would have on these beautiful dresses and this perfume would always get good aroma be there, you know what I'm saying? And of course the brothers be thinking about that meow up in there, you know what I'm saying? So y'all don't forget that. With the dude, she started messing with an individual in there, you know what I'm saying? And of course that's always gonna flow around the prison and everybody know. And they was hooking up, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he was giving her the ping ping when he go in there to get the interview or whatever the case may be. But she would always call me in there from that point on every week, you know what I'm saying, until I got shipped out, you know what I'm saying, to Supermax. So it was cool, you know what I'm saying. But I told her this, I said, you know what I'm saying, you got all this book knowledge, but you don't have the street knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to go with it. I said, you need to learn the street stuff with the book knowledge that you have, the college education that you have, and put both together, and that's what make you the bomb. And that's how I applied the law in that book that I read that helped me, Prison Self-Help Litigation Manual. Because in the beginning of the book, it says, I place in your hands a powerful tool, you know, to utilize to not only fight inside the prison and help you with litigation, but also to fight to get your life back and fight the courts. And I was like, okay, cool. And I said, that's the theory that I'm going to apply. And when UNLV students came up there to talk to me and they asked me about the law, I would always give them both sides. The dude who taught me the law, he told me this. He said, stop writing your litigation to these courts like people care. They don't care about you, bro. Stop writing your papers for them to care in a world that has forgotten how. And I was like, okay, I get it. And from that point on, all my litigation was focused on specifically and strategically applying the law to my case. And then applying the street knowledge I have that made it look wrong constitutionally, state constitution, the federal constitution, all these things of that nature. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off now, y'all, and I thank y'all for watching my video. I got another, look forward to my video with Prison Poonie. I got a Prison Poonie coming up. Prison Poonie is a little fella, you know what I'm saying, that I designed, and I hope y'all like him, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna try to drop his video tonight too. But thank y'all for letting me speak. One more thing, keep running the race. Keep running the race. Y'all hear me all say that all the time. Keep running the race and let me speak. Peace.